Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to talk about the new palette from Nomad Cosmetics. This one is called the Bosque Noboso, the Monteverde. I don't know if I'm saying that correct. But it is a new palette from Nomad Cosmetics. We are going to do some swatches. I'm going to let you know how this beautiful palette looks on the inside. I'm going to do two different looks and I'm going to let you know what I think about the quality. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related, especially things that are a little bit more on the colorful side, which we are definitely doing today. So if you want to see more of that on your timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload several videos every week. Okay. So this is the Monteverde Cloud Forest and this is in Costa Rica. I knew it was Costa Rica. I could have said that before. But this is based on Costa Rica and the Cloud Forest, and they are donating always. And sometimes I forget to say that with Nomad Cosmetics, but they always donate to a cause connected with the destination that they are choosing, because this is a destination-based indie brand. Ooh, I just washed my hair. I feel like it's all over the place. And this is what the palette looks like. It is just such a bright and fun palette. And this is just a little bit more rainforest inspired, which I feel is really exciting. This video was going up on a Saturday. I usually do not upload on Saturdays. I usually upload Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I knew that Nomad Cosmetics was like revealing this palette on Saturday, so that's why this video is going up on a Saturday. This was sent to me as PR, but this video is not sponsored. I do have a code with Nomad Cosmetics though, and the code is Angelica, and you will be able to get 10% off when you're ordering from Nomad Cosmetics. I don't like 100% know when this palette is being released, but I will put all the info about the release time, the release date, where you can find it, my code, all the things are on my face, my other socials, everything you will find in the description box. So don't forget to check there if you're wondering about anything. This palette comes in this beautiful packaging that has cutouts of like a little sloth and a bird and everything. It just is such a beautiful palette. And not until I swatched this palette, I did actually swatch this palette with stencil because I wanted to do like a nice Instagram picture, since I was able to have this a little bit before launch. And when I have products a little bit before launch, I can put some more time and effort into making something pretty. But these are swatched with the stencil, but I didn't use a primer or anything like that. Just swatched on my bare skin, but with the stencil. And when I swatched this palette, I realized that this is a half green, earthy, khaki, foresty palette and a half matte neon palette, which is a little bit surprising because I didn't necessarily see that here until I swatched it, and I was like, oh, this really is a rainbow neon palette mixed with a green palette. This is such a cool shimmer, by the way. I don't know if I'll be able to use this in any of the looks. I think you can see here, and you probably saw in the swatches as well, this is like a dark, murky, swampy green with a pink shift, which is very fun, very unusual. Usually I do not swatch my palettes before I use them because I want to have like, you know, I want to have my thoughts collected before I swatch them and see the formula. But I do know the Nomad formula, and I do know that I like the Nomad formula. And I also wanted to take some really pretty Instagram pictures and stuff for TikTok, so it is what it is. I'm fairly sure that this palette is going to be 43. This is the same size as the Paradise Island palette that they released. I feel like these would go so well together. This is the one they released earlier this summer. This is the Fête de Provence palette that they released just before. And this one is a little bit smaller. I think you can see the size. It's just missing that last row, and these are 39. So I'm fairly sure that this is going to be 44. And like I said, if you do order this one, make sure to use a code so you can get some money off. You don't have to use my code, just use somebody's code, get some money off. But let's zoom in and let's do two eye tutorials and see how this palette is. I'm excited. I'm excited because I want to do two very different looks. I already have them planned in my head, and I'm excited. So with the first look, I want to do something that's green with the pop of this like neon yellow. So I think this, you can see here, this is also like a browny green. So even though this is the brown in the palette, it's still like a greeny brown. It's really cool. But I want to start with this one. And I think I'm just going to do like this, this, and this in the crease. And we'll just work with those shades to begin with. And then I'll do some shimmers. And then with my second look, I want to do, I know, surprise, surprise. Don't clock me on the amount of times I do all matte looks. But I'm going to do an all matte look. Look at that. So pretty. And I want to do it with the neons only. Neon shadows, I don't know if these are true neons. Like true neons are neon glow in the dark. I don't know, maybe I should go into closet and just see if these glow in the dark. Maybe I'll do that just for myself to be able to tell you before look 2. But true neons glow in the dark, so I don't know if these are neons or just super bright shades. But usually these really bright shades are a little bit more white based, so you have to pat instead of swipe. So we're gonna see if I can do an all matte look with them and just show you what I would do. This is so scrumptious and beautiful, and I love it. Wow. This is how I like to do my eyeshadow. I like to start with the deepest shadow. I've really been into that lately, especially if I want to do dramatic looks. And I'll blend a little bit on the edge, and then I'll go in with the lighter one afterwards, because I like my shadows to be true to pan. I like to see on the lid what I see in the palette, unless I want to like blend them together or like distort the color and make it lean a little bit different. Then I'll layer, but if I don't want that, you shouldn't layer too much because then you will distort the color. Okay, I'm gonna do the one that's called Green Spiny Lizard. This was Glass Wings, and that is definitely a cat hair. Shoop. So this is Green Spiny Lizard, and I'm just gonna push that a little bit in the crease here. And I think I just put a little bit, I think, on the edge, but it's not the color that I'm gonna blend with. I'm gonna blend with the lightest of the greens. So I'm just putting this in the crease in the middle. So you can see there's dark and then going to something a little bit lighter. So now I'm going to use the lightest color. I used a little bit of these colors under my eyes as well. And this is the Green Vine Snake. I really want to say Green Wine Snake. I've said this before, but in Sweden, there's not really a difference between V and W. Like the sound is pretty much the same. And like the Swedish letters, of course, sound different than English letters. I think that's the reason why everyone sounds ridiculous when they're trying to pronounce IKEA furniture, because like you're not using the right sounds, you're not using the right letters. But with V and W, look at how pretty that is. It's very different sometimes because I want to say W to everything because in like our letters, they sound the same. And I've said that before, it's the same with S and C. Not like C, but like Z. That's how you say it in UK, right? It's the same with those two letters. They sound pretty much the same, and the same with C as well sometimes. You're supposed to say S and Ch, and like all of these, like put in those noises. We don't really have it like that in Sweden. So sometimes I realize that I sound ridiculous. I feel like one of the things that most Swedes do incorrectly, which is like a common way to hear, is the way that we say sheep and cheap, because a lot of people will say sheep instead of cheap, so it's like meh. I love that. I mean, I do it too. I'm making fun of myself and my pronunciation. But yeah, I'm just using this lighter green color in, I love these kind of brushes. They're fluffy, but they're pinched, almost like an oval or like a rectangle. I love shades like this to buff on edges. It's the perfect buffing or putting in like the inner part of your crease. These kind of brushes are amazing for buffing out edges. So I'm just buffing this out. I'm gonna use it on my lower lash line too. And then we can go in with the shimmers. Oh, and the neon. This is gonna be so pretty. I'm so excited. I really like all the shimmers in this palette because I've swatched all of them, but I think we're gonna do the two bright green ones for this bright green look, and then the neon. So I'm starting with the one that's called Green Mountain, and I did spray it because I didn't want a lot of fallout, and I'm putting that in the, you can see in the middle of my lid. What a nice sparkly jade green. I think I'm gonna do it like that, and then I'm gonna do the one that's called Wildlife Wonderland, and again I'm spraying it. And I'm gonna put that in the inner part on my lid. Oh, that's so pretty. And then we can do the neon. Maybe I'll do a little bit here as well. not in the inner corner, but on the inner part of the lower lash line. So this is the toucan. Let's just... That is so cool. Let's just push that here. Because yeah, these like white-based shadows are like bright like this. They usually perform better if you just like press and buff them in instead of like trying to swipe them on or like blend with them. You probably, I don't know this. I mean, I'm gonna see now when I do a full look with it as look number 2, but usually these shadows, they don't do that well when you build on them. So if you want to have like a neon edge, for example, in your crease, I would buff with this one at the end instead of starting with it. Because I don't think, just based on my previous experience with how bright shadows like this work, I don't think you're going to be able to build that good on top of this. But yeah, that is quite bright. I am so happy about this bright green look. I'm all about color. I'm all about bright. I don't discriminate. I love everything. When I get a beautiful look on my eyes, if it's brown, if it's green, if it's rainbow, if it's muted, if it's pastel, if I like it, I like it, and I like it. I like it. I just love makeup. That's all. Makeup makes me happy, color makes me happy, and I am living for this look. Super excited to be jumping into look number 2 because I am going to be doing an all matte, all neon look, and I'm going to try to use as many of these neons as possible. We'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to start here with this dark teal, and I'm going to put that just around my outer corner. Step 1. This is called Blue Morpho. I don't know if that's correct, but this is what I'm going with. So I'm putting this out here, and I might put that purple next to it. And I'm gonna put a little bit on the lower lash line too. Something like that. So this is Violet Saberwing, and I'm just putting that next to it as a little transition because I think we're gonna do pink afterwards. Just like a little bit next to it, like on the edge. There are different types of pinks here. There's this one and then there's this one. I think I'm gonna start with this one over here, and I might see if I blend a little bit with this one. The one Bromeliad, is that correct? Not 100% sure, but I'm putting that on the edge here. It's like a very, very bright, darker pink. As you can see right now, I'm just putting these shades in a diagonal up to my crease, and I'm just gently blending a little bit on the edge, but nothing more than that. I think what I'm gonna do is that I am gonna take that fluffy brush that I used in the other look that I did that's like pinched, and I'm gonna use the one that's called, these names, this is called Resplendent Quetzal? I'm so sorry. I've never heard of that before. But I'm gonna blend with that lighter turquoise a little bit up here. And then I'm gonna meet up with the one that's called Orchid, which is that lighter but still very bright, more cool tone pink. The other one was like a bright, but like, I don't want to say warm tone, but has a little bit of a orangey coral undertone. I'm just blending a little bit of the Orchid shade up here to soften this edge a little bit and to blend it into this one here. And immediately I apply too much. I'm just buffing it in and blending it, trying to make it to look somewhat smooth up here. Just something. I kind of want to use this one that's called Jaguar, and then I think I'm gonna end with this yellowy one so we can have the going into like a warmer. I think I want to do that. So let me do the Jaguar here. This brush is way too big for this, but it was already stained in orange, so it had to do. Ooh, but that is fun. Okay, so I'm gonna do the yellow, the same I did in the inner corner last time. I'm just putting it on to see how the colors go together. Sometimes you just need to plop the colors on to see. And I'm just gonna blend the edge of the orange with this yellow one as well. Meet up to the pink that we had here, but wow. It really came together with these warm colors in the corner, right? Because I want to do that orange on the lower lash line here, the orange and the pink, to meet it up. And I need to go get something white for the wart line. But yeah, I feel like this color combo is definitely what I was going for. But I don't think that these are true neons. Oh, I didn't look in the wardrobe yet. Let me finish this up. Let me go in the wardrobe, but I don't think these are true neons because I don't feel like they're that white based. But let me go in the closet and see. Everything is on except falsies. I'm gonna put some falsies on, and I am really excited about how this looks. I took it into the closet and nothing. So these are not true neons. They're just very, very bright colors. And that could also explain why I didn't really have any real problems blending them together. Is this the most blended look you've ever seen in your life? Probably not. Is it blended enough? Definitely. Definitely blended enough. And I've only been here for like 20 minutes doing this. So I feel like for a 20-minute blend, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. And I really like how this is looking. And I'm happy to showcase this color scheme and what you can do if you only do like the more bright mattes. Of course, you could put on a topper or any of the shimmers or like a liquid topper shadow on top of this and really see how a topper would change these different mattes underneath and how they would sparkle. I prefer an all matte look, so that's what I'm doing, but I really do like how it's looking. Okay, let me put some lashes on and we can have some final thoughts. Okay, I don't think I need to go into any like bigger discussions on whether or not I like this palette. I really like this palette. I think this is my favorite Nomad palette because it has 3 deep shades that is deep enough for my outer corner, and it also has this really nice neon matte that I can use in my inner corner, or it has this like lighter shimmer, or this one even if you want to do a shimmer in the inner corner. I will say that maybe I'm just saying maybe this will miss the mark on inner corner shades for a lot of people, but for me this is all I need for inner corner shades, but I realize that other people might need other things. I feel like with Nomad Cosmetics, what they do is sometimes that they lean very mid-range. Mid-range shimmers, mid-range mattes, but I feel like this one has more than one like deeper option, and it also has more than one lighter option, and I really do like that. I like the mix of the earthy green and then the neon-y mattes. They're not true neons, but since they're not true neons, they're also a little bit easier to work with, and I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I am very impressed. I think this is my favorite so far. Wow. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna dislike it, but I didn't think I was gonna like the looks as much as I do like the looks. This is so fun. This is so fun. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. And if you are interested in this launch, like I said, the info is going to be in the description box together with my code Angelica if you want to save some money. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again on Monday for a new video. Bye.